Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. President Trump is like the Michael Jordan of politics. And Madam Secretary Clinton is like the Bill Laimbeer of politics. Bill Laimbeer was a very, very good player, but there was a limit to how good he was. A lot of what he was intimidation. You know, even when they asked Larry Bird, was Bill Laimbeer, what do you think of him? He's like, well, I don't really like him because, he took liberties in terms of physicality, basically cheap shots. But that was the NBA back in the 80s and 90s, and Bill Laimbeer played, and he did what he had to do to win. And Detroit, the bad boy Pistons, got back-to-back championships, and they won. They won, and Bill Laimbeer was an important part. But first of all, I like Bill Laimbeer, and I don't want to disparage him, comparing him to Clinton, but Clinton is like the Bill Laimbeer of politics. She's going to engage in a whole lot of flagrant fouls. It's going to affect the opponent. President Trump's like the Michael Jordan of politics. You can pretty much do anything to Trump. You can have the Jordan rules, which is what Detroit had for a while, and then the Jordan will just beat that somehow, find a way to win, and you can't stop him. Mueller probe can't stop him. Steele dossier can't stop him. Media, MSNBC, CNN, The Washington Post, The New York Times, they complain about Fox News. But there's no way to stop Michael Jordan. Okay? There's no way to stop. 6 finals MVPs? He never lost a finals. So, there's no way to stop him. And there's no way to stop Trump. There's nothing the Democrats can do. There's absolutely nothing that they can do. Trump is the Michael Jordan of politics. Clinton is very influential, but there's a limit to what she can. The Democratic Party is not Biden's political party. It's not Warren's. I mean, Warren is a hypocrite in so many ways. She actually voted for wealthy donors, Democratic donors who gave to President Obama's administration. She voted for them to become ambassador or diplomats. I talked about that. That's a Washington, I believe, a Daily Caller, Washington Examiner article. That's in H.A. Goodman's other channel. Check that out. Definitely subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. But you're looking at Trump, who can't be stopped. What are they going to do to stop him? Now you have John Brennan, by the way, who's turning on James Comey. FBI was taking the lead. John Brennan distances himself from FISA report. Yeah, right. And this is an article that goes on to say, oh, Brennan, that was James Comey. That wasn't me. I was just doing my job as a good American. They're all turning on each other, and President Trump's going to get a Senate trial where Democrats are going to lose there also. They lost the Electoral College. They lost the election. They lost the executive, and they're losing the Supreme Court. So you have the Democratic Party that is basically, and in terms of foreign policy, this is the big issue. The reason they lose is because fundamentally, you cannot have a liberal political party that is pro-intervention. You can't have that. It doesn't work. It's the antithesis of what a liberal political party is. You can't have a political party on the left that says, you can't have a political party that says, well, we're going to intervene, we're going to destroy countries, we're going to remove despots, and if it doesn't work out, we'll just shrug our shoulders and say, well, it's the worst mistake we've made. When President Obama was asked about his failed NATO intervention in Libya, they said, well, you know what? It was the worst mistake I made. Oh, well. Meanwhile, those same liberals who are like, it's just a mistake. It was, well-meaning. You have, 10 years now of chaos and mayhem and tragedy in Libya. Those same liberals are like, oh, we have to impeach Trump on a phone conversation. That was an impeachable offense. Destroying a country is an impeachable offense with a failed intervention. That should be an impeachable offense, not a phone conversation. The notion also that Trump was trying to go after Biden because he was worried about Biden is hilarious. President Trump knows that Clinton is running. This whole thing is a charade. Biden isn't Trump's direct political rival. So they say, oh, well, he was trying to investigate his political rival. Well, that's nonsense. And you'll find this out because when the Senate trial takes place, you'll find out every single one of the former vice president's conflicts of interest. Every single one. The fact that you have millions of dollars funneled through a corporation into Hunter's accounts, and that same corporation was being investigated by the prosecutor, that Biden is on video stating, you will not get $1 billion if you do not let this guy go. Then the initial response was, well, there was no reason to think that it was a quid pro quo because everyone didn't like the prosecutor. Well, there's evidence now that it's not just the issue of Hunter Biden getting millions upon millions of dollars from the corporation. It's also the issue of a cover-up on Biden's part. It's also of an issue because they say, well, we never spoke about it. Well, of course you spoke about it. You're pictured on the golf course with a whole bunch of people. You're pertaining directly to what you claim not to speak about. Then you have a PolitiFact article saying, well, they were on the golf course. We don't know if they spoke about it. It's like they never, the Democrats or liberals or the left, they never, ever admit wrongdoing. Ever. Even if they're caught with their pants down, literally. They'll never admit it. What is. It's not a big deal. And so it's like when you look at what's taking place. Hold on one second. That's awesome. When you look at what's taking place, Trump can't wait. He can't wait for the Senate. He can't wait for the Senate trial. Because he's simply going to give all the evidence, articles in Politico, articles in The Hill, money flow. There's no money flow. The only money flow is the assistance that Ukraine got and received. They say that Trump withheld assistance. The investigation was prior. The investigation was taking place during President Obama's administration. It had already been taking place. And they already received the money. So they say, well, it's a thing of value. It's a bribe. Biden's possible corruption is inherently a thing of political value. But that doesn't mean it's like a bribe in terms of, acquiring wealth or money. President Trump wanted to investigate the Democratic Party's interference in the election that's already documented even one of the witnesses the other day stated took place. They bet on the wrong horse. Ukrainian officials were thinking that Clinton was going to win. So during the Senate trial, the focus is on Biden. The focus is on Democrats. I don't see how they win. I really don't see how they win at all. They're going to impeach Trump, and it's going to be obstruction of justice. Then you're getting Strzok and McCabe and Clapper, and I talked about this. You have an FBI official, an FBI lawyer who served under Peter Strzok, who falsified parts of the application to investigate Carter Page. You can't do that. And he did so. Do you think he did so on his own? Now you have Brennan. Now you have John Brennan trying to distance himself and saying, oh, well, it wasn't me, it was Comey. All of this is unraveling. This whole thing is unraveling. And the interesting thing is that time is on Trump's side. It's not on Comey's side. Carl's Opinion! Thank you as always, Carl's Opinion. Thank you as always. Full Senate trial, great for Durham. You can call Brennan, Clapper, Comey as witnesses. Relevance to the defense is to show interference in 2016 to prove Trump's good intent. They can testify or take the fifth. Good either way. Exactly. If they take the fifth, it's better actually if they testify. Well, and then they get into a perjury trap. Carl's Opinion. Exactly. Thank you as always. Carl's Opinion. They get into a perjury trap if they testify. If they plead the fifth, then it's like they have no case against Trump. Then he completely controls the narrative. You have Adam Schiff conducting a hearing. That's absolutely hilarious. Whenever a witness actually is about to say something, he jumps in and says, oh, you know what? Don't divulge too much. It's like, wait a second. This is just like the Mueller probe where they didn't want Mueller or they didn't want Strzok or they didn't want others to actually talk because they're so consumed with trying to take down Trump. Most of what they did was extrajudicial. It was not right what they did. They set up and framed Trump based on nonsense. Now it's like, well, I did a segment today. It was Dr. Fiona Hill. She was like, well, it's the intelligence community has concluded, and this is also confirmed. Well, no, the intelligence community never confirmed or concluded or stated with certainty. They said that they are confident, and they are certain that they're confident. That's it. And then the bipartisan commission in Congress is very certain that the intelligence community is confident. That's it. That's it. They're only certain that they're confident. That's it. So, Lyle Budd, HA, I'm trying to hold back my trade. Hold my hand. Lyle, don't get too. Lyle Budd, thank you. Don't. You know what? You just enjoy the show because this is pure amusement. Lyle, at the end of the day, it's like. It would be like a football team. I mean, I have a whole bunch of these beanies that I got. It would be like the Jets playing the Patriots for a whole season. So you're looking at the Patriots going, 14-2. No disrespect to Jets fans. I love Joe Namath. And there's a bunch of Jets over the years that are pretty awesome. But I have these a whole bunch of beanies that I got like 75% off. So when I wear a beanie, it's not like I'm trying to represent. But Lyle, it's just Trump is the Patriots, Democratic Party's the Jets. You can go ahead and make any analogy. So no need to take it too seriously. Thank you, Lyle. Quinn Smith. Thank you, Quinn. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Quinn. Carl's Opinion. Thank you very much. Also, one thing, Carl's Opinion, it's like the Durham probe, William Barr, and the Senate trial, coupled with the IG report, coupled with the eventual Clinton announcement that she's running, she's kept the door open. It ain't for There's a reason that Clinton says the door is open. There is a reason. There is absolutely a reason. It's because she's running. She'll be the nominee. I know I repeat myself just a crazy amount. I'm sure I know that many people are tired of hearing it, but it's the truth. And when it takes place, people will understand, look, this is not all of this is a game. It's a political game. So here's the New York Times. A Senate trial could put Trump's use of aggressive defense tactics to their biggest test. The president's campaign against the Mueller report and its author is a roadmap of what is likely to lie ahead. Okay? Over 4 decades in public life, President Trump has sought to bend business, real estate, and political rivals to his will. Okay, yeah, so has Bloomberg. Facts that cut against his position have been declared false. No, not necessarily. Not all the time. Witnesses who have questioned his motives have been declared dishonest. Sometimes critics of his behavior are part of a corrupt, shadowy effort to damage him. In many cases, yes. Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brennan were all part. Fusion, GPS, Glenn Simpson, they were all part of a corrupt, shadowy effort. This is true. So are the editors of the New York Times, by the way. There's a reason in the DNC emails talked about friendly journalists, where literally the Clinton campaign talked about how they have friendly journalists. There's a reason that the Washington Post removed Peter Strzok's name when in their article talking about how an FBI lawyer fabricated and falsified information on the FISA application to spy to surveil Carter Page and Trump. And as like he puts it, his own actions are always, to one degree or another, perfect. Well, that's hyperbole. And, okay, that approach, which proved effective when Mr. Trump faced off against the special counsel Robert S. Mueller III, is about to face a formidable test as the impeachment process moves forward. Robert Mueller, he basically committed perjury. He said that he didn't know who Fusion, GPS, and Glenn Simpson were. Of course he did. He tried to say that he didn't know that Clinton purchased the Steele dossier. Inga Hicks! Hey, AJ, this whole thing is controlled chaos on the Republican side. Once it goes to the Senate, the real fireworks are going to start, and exposure is going to be epic. Inga Hicks, yes! I agree with you. Inga, I agree with you very much. They're trying to go ahead, and they're trying to fabricate. You know what it's like? It's like a bunch of 8th grade students spreading rumors about somebody, and then it goes to the principal's office, and then the person who is the subject of the rumors gets to defend him or herself against all of these kids that spread the rumors, and the principal's there, and the teachers are there, and the parents are there. And if the kid knows exactly what's going on, they can completely eviscerate everyone else who spread the nasty rumors. So there's a million different types of analogies, but he never worked with Russia. That's nonsense. They cheated Bernie Sanders. Then they say they won the popular vote. Then they say, well, Russia interfered in the election. How do you know? Why would Russia interfere when they got 20% of U.S. uranium capacity? Where's the note from Putin saying Russia would interfere? This is an assessment that, Russia hacked the DNC. Well, if they hacked the DNC, why wouldn't they hack Clinton's server? It was unencrypted. And it had top secret intelligence on it. Inga Hicks, thank you. As always, Inga, hope you're having a great Saturday. Thank you. But it's like, it's really unbelievable. So you get this, the narrative will include claims the Ukrainians meddled in the 2016 election instead of the Russians. No. It's already documented. Even an impeachment witness and Kenneth Vogel and John Solomon have already documented the fact that Democrats reached out to the Ukraine to get dirt on Manafort and Trump. It's already documented. So they did. And then instead of the Russians, well, you don't know. They actually, it is a fact that Democrats reached out to Russia. It is not a fact that Russia interfered on behalf on behalf of Putin because he really feared Clinton. That's the narrative that the intelligence community is only confident about. These are the same people that are wrong on pretty much every major thing. Then they say, well, there's faulty intelligence. They don't predict anything. They're wrong on everything. They were wrong about Vietnam. They were wrong about the Gulf of Tonkin. They were wrong about Bush's quagmires and interventions. They're wrong about Facebook ads. They haven't even, there's not been one study done. Why hasn't the wonderful intelligence community done a study on how many votes were altered because of Facebook ads? So, an unfounded allegation refuted by the administration's own intelligence agencies recently this week. An unfounded allegation. It's unfounded. How is it unfounded? There's already articles in Politico. And from 2017, how on earth is it unfounded? I love this. They live in their own world. If you read the New York Times, you might as well be living in your own world. And that Hunter Biden, the younger son of Vice President, used his father's connections to make money in the Ukraine. He did. In a telephone interview with Fox and Friends on Friday morning, Mr. Trump listened what he saw as the forces against him, the Democrats and their machine, the media machine, the fake, corrupt media, and said he wanted to defend himself against the accusations raised by House Democrats. Frankly, I want a trial. Fantastic. Using a blend of blunt force and flattery, along with a mix of false claims interwoven with proven facts. No, false claims interwoven with proven facts, that's the Steele dossier. Well, no, the Steele dossier is not even proven facts. They're like, well, Russia interfered. That's true. You don't even know Russia if Russia interfered. But it says in the Steele dossier, it says that there's a grandiose plot between Russian intelligence and Trump's campaign, which never happened. To paint himself as a victim, Mr. Trump has worked up a defensive playbook that he honed during the Mueller investigation. No, he just looked at the facts. They're after him for a phone call. And then it's like, I would like you to do a favor, though. Though, the word though does not mean you will not get the money if you don't do this. It could very easily mean, yeah, you'll get the money, but I'd like you to do a favor, though. That's it. That's it. End of story. No big deal. In the course of the hearings held the past 2 weeks by the House Intelligence Committee as part of the impeachment inquiry. By the way, the House Intelligence Committee is not supposed to evaluate irrelevant conversations. It's supposed to protect the country, which they're not doing. Adam Schiff is supposed to protect the country from very serious issues. So, in the course of the hearings held the past 2 weeks by the House Intelligence Committee as part of the impeachment inquiry, his goal was to bulldoze past testimony by an array of witnesses, including some from his own White House. I love when they say his own White House. Everyone, this is hilarious. Yeah, guess what? Mueller was part of his own administration. Did they know this? He's part of the executive branch. Comey was also part of his administration. Yeah, so was Andrew McCabe. I love when his own administration. It's just its own people. Like, yeah, so what? So what? It's very different. President Obama had complete and utter loyalty. Trump has people who are in his administration but working overtime to disparage him. Big difference. Who under oath laid out the president's pressure campaign against the Ukraine government to investigate. Then why did Zelensky say there was no pressure? To Democrats, the evidence was obvious. To the White House aides, the fact that the witnesses could not say he was withholding military aid until he got an announcement of a Biden-related investigation was proof that he had done nothing wrong. Yeah. None of the witnesses even had any first-hand knowledge of what was going on. They all heard from a source from other diplomats. The fact that the witnesses could not say he was withholding military aid until he got an announcement of a Biden-related investigation was proof that he had done nothing wrong. So this is hilarious. Even in this article, they admit he did not withhold. He did not withhold aid for a public claim of an investigation by the Ukrainians. This is hilarious. This is so hilarious. And it's like they don't this is like so. The DNC and campaign emails warped their brains because the DNC and campaign emails actually showed corruption, that they were cheating Bernie Sanders from their own hands. So the truth about them, they figured, was basically equivalent to gossip about Trump. What they learned from the campaign and DNC emails is, well, you know what, Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign because of what Democrats wrote, and now everyone knows that there's 500 conflicts of interest at the Clinton Foundation. But you know what? That's all gossip anyway, really. So we're going to create gossip about Trump because anyone's going to believe it. This would never fly. Could you imagine a dossier Trump purchased, or Bush, let's say Bush purchased a dossier regarding President Obama? They would never allow it to take place. If Trump purchased a dossier, or someone in Trump's administration purchased a dossier against Clinton in 2020, could you imagine? And rather than dispute each fact under oath, they focus mostly on process and handling of the hearings by the chairman. The strategy was similar to the Trump legal team's handling of the Mueller inquiry, which they frequently charged was not following normal procedure. And then he claimed total exoneration. Quote, "There's never a time when he accepts anybody's judgment over him," says one of Trump's biographers. See, this is the thing. I think that he does that so well or so often. He once told me that if you stay with a position long enough, there's a very good chance it would become correct. Oh my God. See, this is the thing. They have to. They can't possibly look at themselves and say, okay, is he guilty of a crime? Could there be conflicts of interest that warrant an investigation of the corporation paying Hunter Biden? Is that possible? They'll never look at the mirror. You know what is the DNC emails? Are they about Bernie being cheated? Or is it about Russia trying to interfere in the election? It was so absurd. They cheated Bernie Sanders, and to exonerate themselves, to circumvent responsibility, they say, well, Russia wanted to let you know we were cheating Bernie. This is like the most childish, sophomoric thing. No one would ever even stand for it. But because the Democratic Party pretty much runs the media narrative, well then, and nobody, look, the people who don't like Trump really don't like Trump. This next year is not going to be good for Democrats because they don't have a candidate other than Clinton. And Clinton, I saw this in 2017 in the Huffington Post. I said, Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. And when it happens, let everybody know. And let everybody know Clinton's running again in 2024. It's just so funny, too. It's like, as it eventually did with Mueller, the White House has adopted a defiant posture towards House Democrats. Well, what do you want Trump to do? You want him to admit to something he didn't do? Then they're like, oh my God, he's so mean to all the witnesses who are trying to impeach him. None of these witnesses know these are career diplomats who serve at the pleasure of the president, whose only job is to further American foreign policy under the president in the Oval Office. That's it. That's it. That's their only job. That's their only job. Then you have, it's just so hilarious. Let's type in Joe Biden. Biden fumes at Graham over request for documents on Hunter. Well, sorry, you're getting paid $50,000 a month. You're getting paid millions over the course of a couple of years from a company being investigated by the Ukraine. I think it's a big deal. Former Vice President Biden said Friday he is embarrassed for his former Senator Lindsey Graham over his request for documents pertaining to Hunter Biden in Ukraine. Why would he be embarrassed? So, I'm embarrassed by what you're going to do for you. I mean, Lord, this is hilarious. And he's really taking one for the team. Biden doesn't want to run. He doesn't want to run. He knows that this is going to be, he's not even going to really make it. When he was actually viable in 2008, he got 0.08%. He didn't even get 1%. Tamara! That's their only job. To be embarrassed. You know what? I missed the reference, but Tamara, thank you. Thank you. That's their only job, I guess, to focus their contempt on Trump. Tamara, thank you. Go Seahawks. Thank you, Tamara. Ross Lumbus. Drag out the Senate trial, ruin Joe Biden, and starve out a time for Dem presidential candidates, senators. After it's finally voted down, replace, overturn the impeachment. Yeah, I mean, Ross, thank you. The Supreme Court, I guess you're right, could overturn the impeachment. I actually don't think Trump would really even cares. Thank you, Ross. I actually don't think Trump would even care. Tamara, thank you. Because at the end of the day, Ross and Tamara, Biden got 0.08%, not even 1% in Iowa in 2008. He's losing money. He's not going to get, he's not going to go get past Iowa. He'll probably leave right after Iowa when he's like third or fourth or whatever. And whether Clinton runs in Iowa or New Hampshire, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? She's definitely going to run. It's just a matter of when. Warren and Biden. Warren is like every day there's something horrible. Every single day. Let's look at this. Elizabeth Warren. Warren told pro-school choice activist she sent her kids to public school. Campaign says otherwise. She can't even be honest about that. That's so hilarious. It's unbelievable, too, because you're talking about Trump, who would absolutely demolish Warren, absolutely obliterate Biden, and easily defeat Bernie. All he would have to do is say, Bernie, you were cheated by Debbie Wasserman Schultz. What do you have to say about that? And then, oh, well, you know what? That's between us. You don't talk about Deborah Wasserman, okay? I'm fighting the 1%. You don't talk about that. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard fights, and then, she's completely ostracized. So Joe Biden has the information. Look, there's a money flow. There's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars from a corporation that's corrupt in the Ukraine going to his son. That's game over right there. You have millions of dollars. You have millions of dollars. So, this is Hunter Biden-linked company received $130 million in special federal loans while Joe Biden was president. Or vice president. Okay. So there you go. An investment firm linked to Hunter Biden received over $130 million in federal bailout loans, while his father, Joe Biden, was vice president and routed profits through a subsidiary in the Cayman Islands. Really? Nothing to see there. Cayman Islands, totally awesome. Totally everyone named Biden routes money through the Caymans. That's right. DC show. I saw that right before. Carl's opinion. Hey, Mr. Goodman, check out YouTube. Thank you very much, Carl, as always. Audience turns on Joe Biden. The DC short's pretty funny. Exactly. Everyone subscribe to Carl's opinion. Everyone. He does great work. He does great work, everyone. Everyone subscribe to Carl's opinion. He does great work. Get him to 100,000 subs. Get this man to 100,000 subs. And he has great live streams. Check out his live streams. Thank you, Carl's opinion. Exactly. DC Shorts is pretty awesome. Yeah, it's the Daily Caller. You could see my writing, everyone, in the Daily Caller in the pinned comment during the upload version. Thank you, Carl's opinion. Thank you very much. But, I mean, you have all of these conflicts of interest. And it's hilarious, too, because, like, Democrats are now increasingly, they want to create their own reality. And if you don't agree with their own reality, where they just, they just stick their head in the sand or cover their ears, then you're a big problem. You're a real problem. Look, when Trump wins again, oh my God. Democrats, the way Democrats are going now, it's not going to, they might not even get the popular vote. They might not even get the popular vote. Peter Schweitzer, he's awesome. Hunter Biden needs to testify in Ukraine-China business dealings. So, payments of more than $3 million to Hunter Biden. $3 million. In a 14-month period, that's not bad. $3 million in a little over a year. That's not bad. I mean, does he have a business? What is he doing? That's pretty good. $3 million. Well, your dad is vice president. See, the difference between Hunter Biden and Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr. doesn't pretend that his father, Trump, didn't help him. See, he's not pretending. It's just, look, this whole entire election is going to be the MC Breed song, Ain't No Future in Your Front, and one of the great rappers of all time. Had a great song with Tupac also. It ain't no future. You know what? For Democrats, it's the only future is frontin'. Or for Eric Swalwell, it's the only future is fill in the blank. Eric Swalwell's new song is Ain't No Future in Your... You can fill in the blank there. Woke AF! They all got caught with their hand in the cookie jar regarding Ukraine. Senate could flip on them. The 135. Well, swamp crap. Okay. Well, the swamp is definitely, in the pants. Woke AF. Thank you. I don't know. I'm just waiting for one or two. I'm just waiting for Andrew McCabe. I think Andrew McCabe's going to have something going on with Durham. I think Durham's going to drop the hammer on McCabe. Thank you, Woke AF. Thank you. I think that John Durham and William Barr are really closing in because you have John Brennan. It's like, yeah, John Brennan today, Woke AF. John Brennan was like, oh, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me, it was Comey. Not me, it was Comey. I never liked Comey. I was trying to do what was right for the country. And someone gave me a dossier, a steel dossier, about Trump and bodily fluids. I was appalled. I said, why would Trump do that? Why wouldn't he just take a shower? Why would he need that kind of shower? In Moscow, of all places. What? What kind of indecent man would do this? And so I said, well, I was not really interested in this, but Comey said, hey, give me that dossier. I want to investigate. Comey then said,
Give me the dossier, Brennan. Give it to me. I said, no. No, it's my dossier. I'm not going to do it. Give me the dossier, he said. And I gave him the dossier. It wasn't even me. It was Clapper. You know, Clapper was always jealous of me. Because I was dating Sally Yates.
So, they're all turning on each other. And it's kind of like, it's kind of funny that Trump, it's like right when they get Trump, they're like, we're going to impeach you. It's like, great. Only Trump would be like, this is fantastic. Please impeach me. Inga Hicks. Do you think any of these investigations will lead back to HRC for criminal charges? I think eventually, when Clinton loses the election, yes. I think that eventually Inga Hicks, when Clinton loses the election after 2020, H, are you ready for if Hillary? I am ready if Hillary doesn't run, but she will. They're going to get steamrolled beyond belief if Clinton doesn't run. The only chance they have is if Clinton runs. They will lose by monumental proportions, but Inga Hicks, thank you. I think at the end of the day, you'll have Democrats. Because, it's interesting. Democrats are now speaking the way I was in 2015. The Democrats are now, and when I said Clinton is unelectable in 2015, they're like, oh my God. Now they're saying the same thing I was saying 4 years ago. Soon to be 5 years ago. So, it's just, this whole thing is a charade. Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren admits to a colossal campaign error. Another one. Ms. Warren now calls for the same sort of public option that her moderate competitors call for, so she doesn't even want Medicare for all anymore. That was quick. Didn't take long. So I think that Medicare for all is great. Oh, it's not feasible? Okay. I'll do what they said. Oh, okay. It's just kind of funny too that like you have this situation where nobody sees this for what it is. They're all like, there are people still are like, this is wonderful. There's a robust candidate. Oh, there's so many robust candidates. They're so robust. Really good plethora of candidates. It's like, no, there's not. Even the candidates themselves don't even want to run. You can see they're tired. Even Warren, you can see Warren's tired. You could see Bernie's tired. Like, poor Bernie, God bless him. Poor Bernie. He's like, I want you to donate $1. This is a YouTube ad. Oh, I'm tired. I bust my kumquats for what? For Elizabeth Warren to come? I don't even be home, but they keep calling. Donate $1. We're going to fight the billionaire class. Yada, yada, yada. Have you seen Bernie's ads? Inga Hicks, Carl's Opinion. HA has a voice made for silent films. I have a face made for radio also. Oh man. Have you seen Bernie's ads on YouTube? I want you to donate $1. Tired.
I'm tired. Just $1. Take it from Steyer. Yeah, Tom Steyer says donate $1 to him. Why? Why? He has $20 trillion. Okay? I have $1 for me. You can't have $1 for me? Fine, split it in half. Give 50 cents to Warren. Give 50 cents to Warren, 50 cents to me. And you know what? Here, just write a check to Deborah Wasserman Schultz. How's that? You don't even have to write a check to me. What am I even doing here? I'm just going to go ahead and say vote for Clinton anyway. So you know what? Keep your $1. How's that? He's like, why don't you keep your $1? Don't give it to me. Give it to Deborah Wasserman. No problem. No. Every $1 you give to me, you give half to Warren. Oh, Tom Steyer needs one because he's not rich enough. No problem.
Green power now. I don't hate Bernie. I wish him a long and happy life. Green power now. I don't hate Bernie. I don't like the fact that he promoted the Russia myth. I don't like the fact that he didn't just say, "Hey, the Russians didn't cheat me. Democrats cheated me." I say it out of love for Bernie Sanders, even though I think that he's done some really bad things recently. But I don't have any disrespect towards Bernie when I do my Bucolic Buffalo. Will anything happen after the IG report drops? I actually think some indictments will take place. Bucolic Buffalo, I think that Andrew McCabe will get indicted. I don't know why I'm laughing. Just people keep saying, "You say Glenn will get indicted." Bucolic Buffalo, I do think that Andrew McCabe will get indicted. I do think that. I think they're waiting for the IG report to hit. Also, the lawyer that falsified, definitely the lawyer that falsified the Bucolic Buffalo, the lawyer that falsified the IG report. That's just a big story today. I covered that. That's not going to be good for that lawyer and for Peter Strzok. Carl's opinion. Thank you. And Obama told them last Friday that they were going too far left. They're now pretending to be center left. That's why the last Dem debate was so boring. They get elected, they will try to pass their leftist agenda. Exactly. Well, they're not serious about, Carl. They're always. They've always been. They've never been serious about their agenda on the left ever. They've never, ever, 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 ever been serious, Carl. They've never, ever, ever, ever been serious. That's why they showed their hand when they cheated Bernie. Ross! The longer the Senate trial runs, the longer Democratic presidential senator hopefuls have to campaign. Less time they have to campaign for pres. That's true. Yeah. That's true. I think that, I think it'll actually be good for, Warren, who's tired, and Bernie. Give $1. Whatever, don't give $1. Just send it directly to Clinton. Just do that. I can't stand. Also, I'm a little bit annoyed. Not really annoyed, but people are like, "Yeah, Bernie." It's like, well, you could have. Shungu Patsika! Impeach him already. Hashtag Dunafail. Exactly. Shungu Patsika, thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for them. I mean, it's annoying, too, because this is Christmas time. They're going to have to wait. Adam Schiff's like, I have a great present for everybody. We're going to impeach the president. It was record low unemployment for all Americans. And we have a foreign policy where we're bringing home Americans from quagmires, but we're going to impeach him. Shungu Patsika, thank you. Impeach him, or exactly. That's what Trump's saying also. He's like, yeah, impeach me. I want the Senate trial. That's why, like, they're like, Adam Schiff's like, you better wait. We're going to impeach you anytime now. You better wait. Trump's like, yeah, impeach me, please. I want the Senate trial. I want to talk more. You know what about Biden? Shungu Patsika, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Tamra! Serious question. Who would you most likely see as president one day? I could see Nikki Haley. I know that people who don't like Nikki Haley, but I could see Nikki Haley. I could see Donald Trump Jr. The people would laugh about that too, but I could see Donald Trump Jr. I could see Nikki Haley. I could see Tamra Hillary Clinton. No, I'm joking. Tamra, I could see Tulsi Gabbard in one day in an alternate universe when Democrats completely... Well, if Democrats focused on foreign policy, I could see Tulsi Gabbard. I could see... let's see. Oh, Stefanik. Congresswoman Stefanik. She's fantastic. She is fantastic. Elise Stefanik. She's fantastic. Oh, Kanye is running. Kanye West is running. If I don't like the left, or if I don't like the Democrat or Republican, I'm just going to vote for Kanye. But if he's running as a Democrat, I don't know if I could vote for Kanye. Kanye West running, and he's running in 2024. I think he should. When I run president in 2024, we're going to definitely start. Okay. Now what y'all laughing at? I think it'd be amazing. Oh, Akon's running too. Wow, this is fantastic. Wait, is Akon? But you have to be born in the United States of America, so. Depending on, like, if Kanye West runs as a Democrat, well, what would he run as? Let me see. Kanye, I don't know why he would run it. Maybe run as a Republican. I don't know. Running as Democrat. Will he be fighting for the 2020 Democratic nomination? Oh, that's interesting. If Kanye West runs as a Democrat, he'll win the Democratic nomination. Hands down. Hands down. I know that sounds, you know. I think that they have to, once President Trump, if it's an establishment Republican, Republicans will lose 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of steam. I'm running out of steam. I feel like Eric Swalwell after a nice dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all. Please check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. And to my super chat, Carl's Opinion, Tamra, to everyone here, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Thank you so very, very much. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right